osugusu a wutie o he obra na meet aduasa ensia abo apa no nwotwe ho bra so say the platform ye de besomwo dwumadi a ye de asi ho na ye di Ghana enkomo se Ghana be ye yo enye yo se na nwumtuni ni kan no ye me ne wa entime ye bi di aboa na nso ye bi di aboa na oman no afa ne ntoma pa di efira anwumre ye nsem ye sini koso na ye be bobu ho ye be di galamse ho nkomo state of emergency no a o man panyini si da bi ebrenso si e declare akuo bi so se o da bi wo ese ne foma agudie tuo no ese Ghana enya brenso yasem yemfa ni bre yemfa ntu ase anwumre yi ye be di ho nkomo na China mine say foma agudie tuo a enam kwampa so no o mbeboa Ghana na yatumi akon na enka ni Chief Justice Mami Gertrude Esaba Saki tokuno ne ye hwa ne to ase akonwa no anwumre yi ye be di ho nkomo biem Ghana man penyin owura John Dramani Mahama owura Paul Bafuboni ya boni din so obeye CJ foforo a Chief Justice obesi Mami tokuno na namu ni nyina no eye nsema anwumre yi eda boma so ye be di ho nkomo se na num ho no mo ECG ene akua hudo bi chokrata ede koma PRC say obehia ntumu nti ntumu no kwa na omo pe no omo chiro nyina wo krata so say PRC hwe na onji ntumu na PURC say enkane ambo ne de yakopon yadoma bosumya yebesimu no omo be pejam ede ama ECG omaji atumu mpo 1.14% ena chese ene ode ato nkane ambo so enje free October ekọ no de na wahuni say nkane ambo no ya sa atum na enso bo de enya ade ansesa bia no aba weni nsama hodo a egubama so anwumre ye beje bre na ye di hu nkomo na kwadwo agei dodo na asane mrane na ke okasa wa NPP amanyuku ni dimu Owura Mahama Ayaba ono so ekasa ewo NDC amanyuku ni dimu ono anso ekasa mafo ede matema oil refinery emperifo na anwumre ye no musim konwa na ye di nkomo ewo the platform so the cardinal na ya okese watena se dada enitini yen se bre ebetwe ho bataw ye ba the platform enkomo twetwe ebifrase ye
Baby, baby, Ghana, Ghana, bayo, hey yo, if you mean so baby, Ghana, Ghana, bayo, hey yo, if you mean
the platform, a pramen and your party Pompeiso. The platform, the cardinal Nana Yaukesi, son twi, ason sentwie, and in sentwia, a call batako bramai and sinukoso, atwa petiaman timfi, a sansa crocotiaco, the platform suni, as is in Conda Sisia Jack Amatran Conda Trenufua, Brana Yaukesi, the cardinal Tiajum, our peace, 104.3 FM so. The platform, Odoso Pio, Adi Doso and Sempudium, Amadosam, Abrabomunsam, Asitremunsam, and Yamansa who was on some. And it's a wood will be idea. And in this year, Naya Cassie, the cardinal, one in a poundful. Our the platform to be so. Wo peace 104.3 FM. A Jordan will quader number biada a free no or chocopim nondu. The platform our peace FM and somewhere is here the Abba, the Acro, and the Yatian the Ehu, Ninyan and new dinner a preto. And in a sombina NCA, Nabanuswa, Ebia, the platform. Sina Wajinibi, Ghana, Yam my Ghana.
Batana, Yamiesha no da, Wamanu near my penny nala, now I'm on no. Eyasa se Batana, enter open. Edia hope wendy, Negi baby as Yasubia. Intia Semino said, Yasum Gane. Anya Sapa, that Chirima, about the way and for. India, so baby, Ghana. Ghana bayo, hey yo, if you know, so baby, Ghana, Ghana bayo, hey yo, if you know. Wasa, Wafayoma. Anyhow, Necrono, Wafewoman. Besabing Kuminya, Neotemunu, Wafewoman. It's a seminal set, Yasungane, Anya Sapa, Tati Chiriba, Baba, William Pop, Minion, so brave, Penny, Mawagana, Nagana Bayo, Ayo, if we mean Warao, so brave, Penny, Mawagana, Nagana Bayo, Ayo, if we mean Warao.
Abusia mema obia wo de afide na to peace 104.3 ene ya affiliate stations ahodo a efa sa adwumadie yi ema mote yenka obia wo de afide na to abia memwadwo da wasepa se ne wuku anwumre yi wo de afide na to peace 104.3 se utie the platform efrem na ya okese obetia frem the cardinal. Na Patricia Sefa Fisher Prince Bafo Asamoah Henry Kwesi Minka Man Sadat Nana Pepra ena Dominic Nyanyuvo omo ena ahehya bi di ho chiame anwumre bia utie bia memwajo
Enti asemena use yasungana yi anya sabe dati chiriba baba be muyamfo minia susu breve bari mabwagana nagana beyo eyeyo efemino waro
enanwumre yen komono ne fa kese no a eye galamsey and matters arising
eyeyo efemino waro
enti se baby a galamsey di abedri are we happy yeni je ho sa eyefe se galamsey eri abedru baby a yedru no ana
niema penyi nala na wama nodo
enti yebetimi atena ye mamu ama ahoho meka ahoho a meka China fo Burkina fo Nigeria fo India fo nso o ma beka ho na wo India ni de nka galamsey fa ho ben India ni galamsey e fa ho ben ti ye betena ye mamu ama sesika akọ wo ya saasi mu a sebe ye hu kwan papa bi amfaso ntu na China fo aba be se ye kwaye ene ye niema na o mafako kwa politicians the end mo man na ne ba bia say no meba ho na menya ma ho. Talking of China for na no make Spintex road na me hu ade bi was Spintex road me yemo hye me ka say me yemo anhye me ana me boa wodru Action Chapel roundabout ona Duncan Williams Archbishop Duncan Williams na sorry ho roundabout na e ho no wodru ho a asma make e china ana obi afi na wo be fast Spintex road no se wo free Accra and do ani a kire Spintex na so free Accra and do any actual Spintex road a wodru Action Chapel Archbishop Duncan Williams run about one ma wani so hwe nifa na asa de wo ko wura airport asase num no wo be hu se yesi China mo wo be hu se Yehowa wodru Action Chapel run about no how do any actual Spintex no nifa so na asa wura mu a wo ko airport asase num ankasa no yesi China mall yesi China mall ya branding the China mall and ho omunya nwie me sure say enche bia ombebia no na me call manim kakra me tra action chapel asoro kakra me hu Magdan ne warehouse na ebubu ye no na ho na me hu say before ho ye nipa wa hu ka obeka bibia eni say ye ka hwe picture am kan ni o Magdan de no otra action chapel a ewo bonkum odo ani a Church Painters Road a Magdan warehouse na ebubu ye ewo bonkum just after action chapel ewo bonkum so ho yesi ando ba bia wo no security threat yakobu say am pass a security threat na ebu a why not mini problem with that but say bibi fufuro bi sunti ena ma yakobu ya ya me hwe nyina ono ne de ne yabubu ono na wo kwan ne bonkum no yabubu se eho no security threat na ne dan no wo soro but wo hwe dan so ene magna de wo ho nyina eni soro bia edan kra wo ho a eno wo soro chen magna de no but is yo ena run about no so a wura mu de akọ airport no ho no yama China fo asase am ma si China mall hey sa umi ehwe o se ye de ye ho de ye man bibi wo man num na ye bibifo no ye nya bidi a enye but ho ba ye betimi de amasa ho no se onye we no mfa nkodi se action chapel run about when ni faso wo nyina ye airport a wura ase de wura airport ayi no mu a anie no ye timi atwa asase ho ma China fo amoma si China mall how and would you pass it? Ghana ni beko China. Na omo national airport it is omokotoka. Na yakwa kotwa asase oho sa de ama ai Ghana ni se onkosi Ghana mo e wo ho China mo ye sure se besi. Amen kan ho. And as I call Western Regional, your baby a friend Chinatown. Me boy mon kanjem se me boy. O call Western Regional. Me see your baby a friend Chinatown. Chinatown. Di entra galamsey. Ene o call enkronkro mu a ayi baby a first nanka hokra yan high dine. Nanka hot dine kra o pobi ka de amana wunya no a. Ede China fo ne Nigeria fo ne Burkina fo nti. Eda no boy ye den am nenkran ha ye tie. Open single room self-contained when you are 1,000 cities and above a month. China for openly almost same fusase say a quiet any idea. It mean ka. Amanofo tower mochi and centrofo bi tower mochi. Centrofo gia demudie a support to galamsey for a tower mochi and omoye. Na me hu o my Ghana mobo ebia na yenya ogifo bi na galamsey ti ya be ne den na ke dai kasa etisen
we nyina
etisen dai kasa
enti na ne ankoma ye de na de ato air no
e badada etisen
nyame adom me ho yere
de nyame ase
embassy bi
abeche ye ka we the embassy bi acha journalist car
journalist be no
oh onim no
sa
onim no
hey
Gordon
mi na be ma
majo
ya obi ade
na want to say
e wa do mi wo ye na so
o we ready adom
nyame ase
mo ye pa
nyame ase
ase shi acha kakra
ba ye wo ho yeni akra ye wa ha
I be so ye djuma
send it see that onya tinu station it depends on where you want to listen and even though in person you mba ha but we monitor almost all the shows.
I see.
Yes, we monitor almost all the shows.
That's fine. Madam asise mo nye ho adaje anwumre fine
That also ase
anwumre nkoma ye ba be di abusuafo e fa galamsey ho Galamsey has been Pajomo Mike Nissi Zone to Munye Dim Nam Untie Bebekan. Galamsey has been a topical issue at Ghana election. Time our President Akufo-Addo winning 2016 election, as some of our say ordinary presidency kura beto so. Now they are fighting Galamsey, he was prepared to do it. And indeed, 2020 election, Ghana who be here. Not ye who be that, your politics. You hang parliament. No matter how you describe it, a hang parliament. 137 plus 1. In that election, Sausha, I say, baby, ye mind the Jumani Nina. MPP lose votes, baby, or MPP lose votes, or lose seats, parliamentary seats. Can who be me koko we are no? Now 139, 139. 139, 139. 137, 137. And Naja, yade konkon hwa. Na sabre no mu no, miami nua. Miama damfo. Ma de nyina embezi bi abeche ye ka. Kwa kubu ahe. O catch the Galamsey yes, ne MPP vote more ding. Anti omon twa ba nti MPP no omo de omo ba. Oh. Se minus nya ti se ya boba ba no na mampenda da John Dramani Mahama sabe no mampeni da nti meka sa. Omo hu se wanya take lead pe omo starting koyo omodwuma. Omo konkoyo omodwuma. Dr. Tony Obin, Echo mining site, Koebi, or no Koguba Hinam, or Kabi. If we are seeing 2020 election, Muamu de 2020 to 2024, accusation of the Akufo-Addo government, Efa Galamsey Hono, a 20. Henry, what is noise? Said and someone. Sabre no opposition for kan ye de farm ampani Akufo-Addo ene na ban ho no eto antwa de bo asam no pokese ye pa ye Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng report party hieska party big weeks na etuo party na MNDC for chance ensem bebre e say baby ekoko wie ya ne say ampani Akufo-Addo na ban omo ntime nkon Galamsey enti Galamsey fruko ya kokoduru baby afedie no bia gitumu se baby aduru no esese ye bibi enti emma sabre no opposition fo bia no ma no odene pa e kasa e kan se mampani dwen Ghana fo ho na opese oye bibi ma Ghana ne esese oye ene se obe pai hwehwe on declare state of emergency. Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Kwabrejumfo, ekan bi. Ebe kai GJ awards ase, hwemampani anim ka kire ne say, ura declare state of emergency. Ewo Galamsey. Media for ya support we because na ya the papa. Ya kika no ewie ye Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference be kan bi. Christian Council of Ghana TUC and a you tag as abreno na Professor Ransford ya jampu e on church for na no Legon branch on na no chairman and a president no ya secretary on and Professor Ransford jampu on so e can be enti no there was a clarion call say baby ade na duro no edu akiri enti Ghana ban empire hwehwe say baby o man akwa koduro no yentumi emfe hyebre eni agoro enti o mampani empire hwehwe mampani Akufo-Addo entumi anye no the president Legon chapter okay madam wase mampani anya kokoduro and declare state of emergency na ba kwa ba ya Ghana fo busa fu hu kra ye airline no ema kwan ema obi kɔ kwayem kwaye a nananom de agya yɛ sɛ ma obi ankomu no ɛkɔkɔ yɛ galamsey wie yɛ yɛsɛ akonta mining ɛna ɛyɛ akonta yɛ galamsey mampani sɛ ne deɛ ne yɛ small scale nya galamsey keka yɛ ahwete baabi ekokosi ya ne sɛ Ghana for ne NDC ɛyɛ adwen sɛ ɛkwan mampani fa so akɔ galamsey no ɔmo ani nye ho any other issues enti ma Ghana for dodoɔ no a ɛto aba 2024 no ka sɛ mampani dada John Dramani Mahama ɔno ɛne ɛde amamu otumi hyɛ ne nsa obetumi ayɛ ne yie ɛma dodoɔ no to ma no ɛma ɛnɛ wabɛyɛ mampani now conviction and now war then in opposition say baby a galamsey na drum yen declare state of emergency. That was number 1. And LGBTQI plus and so almost one penny akufado o dwane sa bill no it yen to aba emo no number on be sign. It is what it is. Now me pese me born ne beye mienu anami ensa se bereba mu a na afi gina so e de atwetwe enkomo ye betie owura Sam George owura Sami Jemfi ena honorable Roxanne Nelson Dapo Amakpo ye betie before 2024 election and after 2024 election na ya sha say everything Sam George on the fight against galamsey then in opposition and ne or a minister for communications.
Mining as far as it's possible.
I wish I could say so.
Are we on course to, rid ourselves of illegal mining as far as it's possible?
I wish I could say so. And you see, I get very passionate when I talk about galamsey issues because I think the president has failed. And this is not politics. This is about leadership. I spoke about leadership. Leadership must act. When it goes well, leadership gets the credit. When it doesn't go well, we must hold leadership accountable. Who are these? Sticker talks about DCs. Who may be.
The political will.
Who may be. Who appointed these DCs?
Honorable, just 1 minute. You allow me. I think if you say the president has failed, I will not debate you. But at least from 92 up to now, we have not had a president who publicly declared that I will put my presidency on that. That will alone, you need to give him praise.
Okay, I'll come to that. Let's be clear in our minds. The fight against galamsey was not President Akufo-Addo's initiative. It was a media initiative. It was a media campaign that came to Parliament, the 7th Parliament, got signatures, got the then Speaker to sign on. It was that media momentum led by Ken Ashigbe and co. that led us, that compelled government to get involved and set up Galam Stop and Operation Vanguard or whatever. That was set up. You understand me? Now, I keep saying that, look, our president has done well with giving us sound bites. The president's fight against galamsey has been a soundbite one. I put my presidency on the line. Did he put his presidency on the line?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I say it as I say. The DCs who are doing galamsey or who are supporting and enhancing galamsey are appointees of the president. Mr. President, if you were serious about fighting galamsey, you will fire them because the power to fire them rests only in the president's hands.
A few moments later.
President Akufo, at the time I made that criticism of President Akufo-Addo, he had the benefit of almost 8 years in office, a full grasp of the state machinery. He had the opportunity to take action. Under President Mahama, in 90 odd days, and don't forget, his ministers being in office 60 odd days, you've seen action that has recovered 7 forest reserves from illegal miners. Can we do more? Absolutely. Do I expect to see more? Certainly. But again, like I said, it would be unfair to expect that in 90 days, one man will clean the mess of another for 8 years.
So the 1 week point was in relation to the then president?
Yes.
Not that your candidate, our president now,
my tweet was very clear. I said President Akufo-Addo, the buck stopped with him because he was commander-in-chief.
But then did you say that Mahama could deal with it in a week?
No, I never said so.
You said Akufo-Addo should have dealt with it in a week?
Yes.
When person can't react, Timeja na hasa. Sami Gemfi, lawyer Sami Gemfi. Then and now.
Several millions of taxpayers' money was spent on this venture, which will later turn out to be the first of several ill-conceived, half-hearted, and fruitless attempts by this government to combat a very serious national problem. Indeed, Ghanaians would recall in a speech delivered at Accra International Conference Center, promised to put his presidency on the line in order to win the war against illegal mining. Sadly today, not only has the president once again failed to walk the talk, but the image of Galamsey stands like a towering monument, reminding all Ghanaians of President Akufo-Addo's deceitful character and his lack of commitment to the illegal Galamsey or the illegal mining menace, the fight against the illegal mining menace. You would all recall the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, which was formed by President Akufo-Addo at the outset of his fraudulent fight against Galamsey. This committee drew support from the media, civil society, both political and non-political actors, and the general public, promising to be a potent vehicle that will bring an end to the Galamsey menace. Several millions of taxpayers' money was spent on this venture, which will later turn out to be the first of several ill-conceived, half-hearted, and fruitless attempts by this government to combat a very serious national problem.
A few moments later.
So how can So how can the same gold board that is supporting the fight against, established to support the fight against illegal mining, and is actually supporting the fight against illegal mining by putting in resources, be accused of promoting Galamsey? Now, the third point, before I come to your question, is that there has always been a market for gold anywhere in the world, including Ghana. Have we ever woken up to any news that there is stranded gold in Ghana? People have gold and they don't have people to buy.
There's always demand.
There is always demand. There is always a market. People always buy. So before gold board, gold had a market. Gold had buyers. So to create the impression that nobody was buying Galamsey gold, and all of a sudden you've had gold board, which is now giving Galamsey gold a market and therefore encouraging it, then clearly you don't understand what you're saying. Where we can check whether gold is Galamsey or not. Let's understand that. So these private people who we have licensed buy the gold. Now these private people who buy the gold are not stationed on mining sites. They don't set up their buying offices on mining sites. So they sit in their offices and somebody brings gold to them to buy, and because they have the license, they buy. Now when they are buying, they don't have any technology or any system that will let them know that this gold that has been brought to me to buy, this was where it was mined. And this is the person who mined it. And this is when it was mined. So whether the person was licensed or not, how does the person sitting in a regional capital in his gold buying office, when the gold comes, how does he know that this gold was mined responsibly? For me, that is the issue. Without any negative impact on the environment. They don't have that system. And this is a problem we've had since Nkrumah, or since our colonial days. Now, it is this 5-month-old company or corporation called Gold Board, which has now been given the mandate to find a solution to that problem. And Kojo, you think we can find a solution in 5 months to a problem that has existed for how many decades?
Honorable Rosin Nelson Dafamakbo. Then, and a few moments later.
So, the call for a state of emergency is so apt. It is not over the entire country. But the government won't do this. The government, meanwhile, has rolled out policies, including the military and the army. I mean, if you didn't see this. are so important, why would you deploy the army? But the army had the... So the call for a state of emergency is so apt. It is not over the entire country. But the government won't do this. The government, meanwhile, has rolled out policies, including the military and the army. I mean, if you didn't see this as so important, why would you deploy the army? But the army had been deployed in over 3 or 4 programs, which have all failed. Interministerial committees were put up. They've also failed. A 64-member committee was also put up. They've also failed. Galam stop, Galam fight, all those terms were coined. So now the people think that using the military in the first instance to champion the fight, which failed, the people in the ground, they don't fear anybody any longer. Because you brought the soldiers themselves couldn't fight them, couldn't stop it. So it's only a state of emergency under which condition special arrangements, special protocols are rolled out that can deal with this matter.
A few moments later.
The imposition of an emergency or a state of emergency. Yes, constitutionally provided. Article 21, Article 31. They make those provisions. But will the imposition of a state of emergency resolve the matter? I think that there's an alternative to the imposition of a state of emergency. Because if you declare a state of emergency, you require a lot more resources to enforce it.
Yo, Afoga, Roxanne Nelson, Dafua Makbo. Now, no man pennies and drove for Shia, will meet the press as Ewa Bankesim. Yebisa man penny about the fight against Galamsey and declaration of state of emergency.
Let me be clear, since my administration resumed office, not a single license has been issued to any company to mine in our forest reserves. The repeal of LI 2462 is therefore intended just to crystallize in law what we have already demonstrated in practice, peace and national development. We're also taking decisive action to protect our environment and natural resources from destruction. A dedicated national task force is currently in place, actively combating the menace of illegal mining. As a result of their operations, hundreds of excavators, water pumps, and other heavy equipment have been seized, disrupting the networks that have long exploited our lands and our rivers. In addition to enforcement, we are reclaiming what has been lost. 9 forest reserves have been successfully recovered from the grip of illegal miners, restoring these vital ecosystems under state protection. Our Tree for Life initiative is being actively rolled out across the country, targeting the restoration of lands degraded by illegal mining activities. Steps are currently underway to repeal LI 2462 to formalize our commitment to end mining in forest reserves.
For the declaration of the state of emergency, and this Nibia Betana Chairman General Studio Ha, Nasa Bogalam says, no, I'm running sound, there be a media man can be.
My pacho, mon fat and cherry. Henry. After the prince, but for some more Subai. You, I was for said the woman said, man, penny say. Yan Rubabia, as I said, you declare state of emergency. You will never be bribed me. Aye, Nemum said, Anye ye and sana. Just say you're dying, you have a beer and a shah. They are dying nearby the state of emergency. No, dear, or no, Junimuno. And ya, dear, says here, high who crass is here. The tough abumwa, and when you have a home come and enumerate. And enumerate me or minianum Nana Quajo Edgy Dodona friend Nana K. Calling to a CM friend Nana K. A member of MPP's communication team. Nana K said that she be as a Kwame Toa or a pre-national organizer. Yaboa has also. Nana Quajo Edgy Yaboa, aka Nana K. That also be pre-national organizer, they are the party. Nana K waha. Gordon Mahama Ayaba, or a member of NDC's communication team, and I can say, Tema Oil Refinery, Tall, or no, and I on Casamafo. Tall, Casamafo, Gordon Mahama Ayaba. 24. One no atransia minomo e babebo enkomo. But before I come home, and then minia bema, Madame Fo, my dear Eric, Elikem, Bemu, Efo Bemu, Kaku, where you now say Kaku, where you know, happy birthday, Eric Elikem, Bemu of DHL. Eric, we Esther, and then Quadano, Sally. Enna fe Selikem enna Madiba. I'm so happy birthday. And then also from the BT family, wishing you a glorious birthday. And I face so belated one to lawyer Mrs. Jemima Ire Gadamo. Jemima Sudi in birthday was Yadano. Belated one cancel. And also from Ukunu, Dr. Alfred Gadamo, and Oma, Bubune, and Anne Marie, and the Bushia Fooding and Auntie Maggie, your in-law, and the BT family. As your mouth, belated happy birthday. Jemima and Eric, the BT for me and Joyce, DJ, Jemima. Ena Eric Bamu. Nti yamamunyina September bonds. Yamamunyina happy new year. Yamen kamo ho. Namuni monkwana. Amen. Yanake.
Aneo.
Majubium.
Yani aminia.
Now what to say?
Already don't know parable nti. Me ho ye pa.
Yede nyame ase se ohoye. Eso so nyame adom ye ho ye pa. Yeda ase se wonye ho adaje so anwumre.
Peace FM, the mother of all stations.
Muhammad Roman.
My many for no one quite one for a while ago.
Muhammad Roman.
Another be a mechanic say a privilege, say, Obeba, a better if the case we say so. Because line what Ghana for any opportunity, a man, and I will fear how Beba. And to say, Yanum be friend, to say the yakodi hini ni yesai se owu mu enkomu ade so owu ni yare pe bisai mi owu ni yare ya no pe na bia anase bia ye tu kwan a ye ni mantem ade a ba se around nkwa de ane ya mo frɛ a e de americani a ho se pe na be ba ne abeton ye political parties enti yenso ye damase se mo so ye musa abri mu
nyame enkam ho ye ni so pa gode
ni abema
Yada aseso onye ho adaje anwumre.
Ebeda mo asenso se nipa dodo a omukasama all the political parties no. Abiri na abiri bia no se mo hwehwe mu na mo pe ba ku mienu aba betena peace ene Ghana fo edi nkomo a mani eto yen so na mo efre na na akese nanake ubo Nana K na ode some possibilities be ebata ho. I want to tell MPP delegates, see, for me, I know about friendship, but the issue is that say who good opposition no mo put you on your toes, sir. Emma, we are very active. We are very because no government wants to lose an election. Until when ya opposition or more very strong to put you on your toes, sir. And so far, the current national executives of the MPP, MPP near single-handedly, my company to now from our national chairman, better our secretary, bomb national organizer, a bomb youth organizer, or more bomb cry a national organizer. Any youth organizer. As for them, many MPP now so they have failed the MPP as a party. So for me, Senkrofo stage contest against them. Delegates are mobeto aba. And for only the obey mo flag bearership election because let me repeat that top to down approach, because the current national executives or MPP to say Baumia Erinia Obebo 5 for more money na because NDC here active, competent, and intelligent opposition. And Nuntinu, my goodness, top to down approach. Now say Baumia Erinia Obebo 5 amount so that they can retain their seat. But some bomusuo and follow that trend. So for me, Nanake, I will support you spiritually, physically. That's a possible. Say a possible. Now me, I have what it takes to give you money. I will give you. Because Jangu point him no requires some money and na be ni salam dia. 2028 there. Me don't yame se man share ya. 2 million votes in the crown. No man share be trim gap. No say about me kind gap no. Gap no yes be trim. So Nanake, I wish you all the best of luck. Why?
That's it.
And you may come out hoye galamsey. Nanake, me mouth 10 minutes. Me mouth 10 minutes. Me no chance here.
Aneo.
Yeah, but 10 minutes. The main kwana me wo kwan say me bam. Bia ni ho kwan say obam. Aha. God why are this way microphone ato nchen.
Is it ekuti ya obo hana obo ekuti.
To avoid this kind.
Enti Nanake. Mo time na mo opposition na ye ka say galamsey no enkoyi declare state of emergency mo antiase and na ba fie na de mo hu say e declare yi mo hu say afi de galamsey ese o minus ase mitio
Aneo me da say na ansa na me kan galamsey asem no ma me wish me nua bi a happy birthday in advance ochana e any birthday. Watching also your platform show on Thursdays. In on platform show, me we share minua I ampoma. Me de makonta no. Ti me friend akonta. Happy birthday in advance. Onyame nto nkwanem na ade a wohwe nyina no. Onyame ohwe na onye ni nyina ma wo. Nyame hwa wo ne mapa wo ya magana man so. Naneo. Issues on Galamsey. I believe say baby ayaba bedru say oman no. Nana osi nyina agitum say Galamsey ko no ya feel. Mean you or train enyi adoa. I've come to understand say I ready say ye be your oman yi Nanel. We should stop this kind of unnecessary politicization of every issue. Everything NPP NDC. Everything NPP NDC. I think we are not helping. So until say ye nyina ye beja tum na ye jai say baby ye dreedy eye oman no asem ne ye ka into osi ye nyina bo ye homodin na say kwan papa e de befa so ayama na ye yi no. Now we should come together and fight this okunya esi ye ni so no. Adenti na me ka ne sa Mahama number 1 administration try she excavators Ankusiaga ofri abemu na Galamsey na gentre ha na ne ya betra wo fidi ha no de campaign kasa she Ghana for bo si e ba e betu Galamsey na se ye fri abemu no na ye the forest reserve kura be ka ho
na mo wana mutu
na me metimi atena ofidi so aka kire plane say me se me ka Galamsey asem na bi NDC ni ka say mo MPP for kura de mo ni kwan asem kan bia I will fight that statement. Do you know why? Me NPP abemu me to Galamsey ni bida. So I have every right to speak against it. Now to the point that me making. I never participated in anything called mining or Galamsey.
But would you to say na mo party for to Galamsey?
Galamsey na kwasana ni NDC ni MPP for na etu. NDC ni MPP for na etu. Whether MPP na wabemo, NDC na wabemo, two political parties, and two.
NDC na MPP.
I'm going to Galamsey. Yes. Obient me deny this fact. I see a tia bemo. Daniel, yetia bemo. Professor Frimpong Boatin statement NDC for the year campaign. Omoba Bemu 8 months. You minister for lands and natural resources. Oh, appointed by the NDC. That's what I'm trying to say.
Minister for Ghana.
Minister for Ghana for lands and natural resources. Appointed by the NDC. NDC Niba Po. Oh, that's why you issue statement. I want to say investigating the 2 national officers of the NDC. I'm not reading the statement now. Or saying a credible reporter, a kutane chere Yami ni abanga ye galamsi. And you investigating woman. The same thing happened under Mampene Kufado's regime. A minister of state, a condemn uncrophobia in the bina, no be a part of the galamsi. The same thing has happened under this regime. Oh, now they want it. Say Professor Frimpong Boatin Beka say Yabemu, party for being a chassis. Eno moye. One no de wa mo bi edin. Wa modin.
Na say the way us kan dey na so obodin na.
Do wa modin na de o kan ne say o ma ye ni wo Jubilee House ho. Wa mo bi edin. Ba we say there, we kra de wa ko nanim abodin. Wa boy amin din. Wa ba bangadin. Enti ko nanim. Ma na ne aw. Say ye nyina ya mfa ye na ensi fom. Na ya anye antumu say de ye no yɛn madachi ni yɛsɛn na enipakuo kakraa bi ebedi in the name of mikope gold mikopa sase mu agudie ebebo ɔman ni nyinaa bro. That's why Nana I got so disappointed when Mampeni Mahama made such statement. Baako kind say enipa e depend on galamsey ni doors. Hey, na nipa do don't depend on armed robbery. And the yanka say nipa depend on.
Mampeni kansa.
One statement no.
Wankasa.
There have been an end the maybe amount the statement no. One after the other. One after the other, the amount. Say nipa number depend on galams. My figures nina. Say nipa depend on mining no. 5 million people. And now back galam say ne. I think 1.5 million Ghanaians. And how no livelihood they free. And it is here could declare state of emergency now. How would they survive, Nana? Since when? Anyone who say ni pay depend on Galam say ni about 1.5 million. And does it make it right? Say ni paninya doors on the air. Nurse was here jitumu say ya de pa. And the enkwati am Robert Suku. Ni anoso. Nana ni amnu mi anu nyina enkope tu oni amfia ho nyim. Na mampani kan kire say. Ya media me nyaminim sa wonso nye. And I'm saying, me say menye, also wonye. Because Galam say akwasu senga also betimi akotubi. Na me no kasai. 8 months in NDC's administration. Mi kuro mu dwaso, sante achim dwaso a wo come ha me anam kuronim de bia. Efiri si abudankopon obo Ghana, yenye mining wo hoda. 8 months in government. NDC amobi prospecting lines so omre dwaso. Kuronim metu na oba ne kire o baabi a ni bakro say ye de ama ne se concession na wa hwe obehwe na som
adida
kurovi view ani ye de concession abrade nyame na yanum bi yakoye kurom ye ne kurom ma ne maburu na sia said wo so ye bearman wo mra wo so be prospecting no ho nana omumra so be prospecting no dwa so kai no be chi nyina gum
ade
yam pene na mpere chena
kare na mbaye
ya mani nya dwuma no
ya manu tumi krata
okofa tumi krata ni free hin the same tumi krata no se me ame nana kwa sapon agogo mine atimi agina ne na so se on premier ne mining e won ne mpasua so na besi ne yentimi koye mining ho nana dwaben hene and the next form so no ni dwaben mamu de wuntimi nya mining besi ne otumfu aka ne pen se ne nsase so ohine obewu se we involved in galamsey no obetu nani yaw yam penenne empene china opon kwaje license in the Hague enfamra enya dwuma odwaso asase so enya dwuma na me kana maka ne sei enti ye betena wa ye hwehan in the name of a former goodie na ase kronim se ne konongo asase a ye dua so buro ene banche kura no ye se sign na go so wan di asase no sign sase na mimi krom tama kwa agogofo ani bere amo pamu fulani fo you know asante achem no 3 town ene ngura akakeka ho Dwaso Konongo Agogo. And Nkura Kanina account. And there are 3 constituencies in Asante Achamono. North, South, and Central. Dwaso ye South. Agogo ye North. And Konongo ye Central. Nene udru Konongo Kuruma. Meaning say Wuchama ye uhubi. Na to nsahwe nifa so hwa time. They did in the name of Galamsey aseho. Oko woremu. Oko ayi achiro ba bia virgin
or our minds they say go.
And I'm so called that enclave no say enye nsuo ni o. Ensuo ne ya say nsuo no. Enye worry eye ore.
Ore.
Enye worry. Ya say nsuo no. Nsuo first na ne mekan say susa no oko na ko hu nam egu nsuo yi mu a. Ene ni nyina kwa wo hu hwi bi.
But say enye 8 months in say.
No, asema na ne asa what
mean so me bisa say.
What has what tie me ya me say. This mining saga ni nyina. These 2 political parties. Kwano mining started wo hono menye Rollins time. Tinye 8 months yasem. 8 months di America ni adwaso a yama obi prospecting licenses. So family me prospecting o.
But when him say first time I mean who say efie. Yes, if yes, you ne fie no mu no.
Ya tu amena ko.
Eh kono say ne fie ne ya kono.
Na me ka say kono mining no. Way back asem. Fie no bi kura nipa tim. And ye tu borehole. Obekọ de esi so. Ahomasa so say de tunzu. So ye so ahomanim di san kwa. Ekọ enante miles. Ekọ nkrofo site kokoye adwuma. Owi onam amena ni mu anu asan be pie ni fie. Okọche no wo hen. Anya kono nko there other places in so as ade ne koso. So you ask yourself say, Nana, strategy be in the betim dia kokun yama na yeyi. I don't care about what my brother Mahama will say when it comes to declaring state of emergency. Nana, ya yebi. Ye humfaso de de baso. 2019 so obekaya Mampeni Akufo-Addo the ban eto all form of mining so. Nana ya menu nyina di adanse say ensuo na nite. Na result one kasa o preambles ana wo ye no kan ye edema 2020 election e putu fear in us. And in summer NDC for kan ye even the president today e ko gina mining site ka kire Galamsey yes say obia Mampeni Akufo-Addo ache no in Galamsey related issues no oba obeja no. Enana sa statement mienu enemy ni akwakubu ahede okoka say unya tese abobaba na Mampeni joma ma wini say cream obi amfa di tusu mengure mba adwuma na Dr. Anthony Obin eka ho bi me ame ofa no ka ho bi and other people are na minimum pepra mu nyina ka ho small scale mining president Galamsey fo nya president pepra no ka sa meeting ni ho bi and these 2 statements are these prominent people from the NDC making you know and the ababedru baby yedri nana and then sua last year na you say adane tea no say nana anya tea bi mu aya fro aya madi na I can't sit here and condemn the NDC and pretend as if we are saints. No, we are not. But me chidi yese nana the Abema people ni bi ani abra kasa ne say because of that intina mpe Ghana for to abaditi ayen. Some de ma baba mu pen. Ya punish him on this same thing. Ti ye ma opportunity some mo correct that mistake no. Na na tete ne say e was street ni so. Say this for so mo first 1 year Galamsey mo ntu ho na mo bia wuti party for to bi enkopa bi. Obi ankoprin peska ni bi na say no betu ho na mo. Ma anya ni but 8 months down the line, Nana, I will not be surprised when somebody titi was street in this one. I feel back on the real answer no more to one among. Now, see, they say, now, Chum Subanwe, Eddie, a trice the baby man, and now a time will come. Ghana for best sorry politicians who will cream. Ghanaians will rise up against the politicians in this nation. Because, yes, I am. In the name of politics, yeah, they say, oh, my, no. And look at the tapes, and oh boy. So dishonest people. I can confidently say that from what they have said recently, they are very dishonest people. Yesterday, you were calling for state of emergency. all these so-called honorables were calling for state of emergency.
They are honorable people.
Now I will say so-called because no, let me explain. Me explaining we now some
explanation that will justify you calling an honorable minister of state a so-called honorable. He is. If his actions doesn't depict that, fine. But or an honorable minister. Let's put it in proper context, Mr.
Honorable in a circle.
In a comma.
In a
comma.
Daniel, so what's the main honorable?
Yes, sir.
Me fashion box. Honorables in the circle. No, on the more serious note, as I'm now with you. Because if I can come to you, Mahama, and tell you, say, when your mind how I go through. And nunti pamonane ya okasi free console neti. Na ma menkota na na me betena wa me solve sa problem na ma. Now pamonane ya na dem betena console neti. Na afa me ba say me ba be ready problem na tena ubaka. Na me didi watem. That's all that I'm trying to say.
Mate.
And then these same people, those honorables, are no more say Mampenya Kufuor declare state of emergency no. When declare we all spoke against it. Said Galamsey ni yeni abresi abekwa. Yen declare state of emergency. Ma nani aye no be ye kano. E yen crofo bi no mo feel say because yen benefited from it in ye condemn. But nana say na me benefited from it crank be condemn because a bad practice, a bad habit. E say o man no. And nay on my ye dede ejina so the year campaign can something Ghana for see en to abamam no de omo ba obi kura kan 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So the best of Galamsey problem. Where are they now? They should bow down their heads in shame. Where are they? Now they are telling me catch you say Galamsey no NDC for home, MPP for home, and no move yet. Now so buy be or bebanani amre so be fight on one kasanin crop for a bad thing say betime to us.
Sir, wouldn't him say MPP ni NDC na ya mami sound MPP ebetimi a shame MPP ni maka say enough is enough. Ema mun tu Galamsey biom. And now, GDF say NDC, bet me I share NDC and my catcher say enough is enough. Emma Munya Galamsey.
Nana, and nothing I may say, me catcher will say. See, I see a becoso a politicize the fight against Galamsey, a young baby, I wouldn't be India. Young baby, because don't want to compare carefully on the building on political parties. Now, send me to Yami interview, yeah. Say, Obi or better in the piano, or better one who bear because I'm soon yes, carefully the running campaign. Uncle for benefit here, what by the money, boom. So, are you clear? Nana, are you clear? But what we are saying is, President Mahama is the president of the land. On put two politics aside. No one is NDC ni ye bidia, and your bonnet, MPP ni ya na ye bonnet no. Na se on fin and no one sheni fee. Because rot no, Cassiana woni fee. Said the Omo Catcher and say 2 minutes free Jubilee House. And they're backing Crawford Modi Galamsey, Mampenya Kufuor Bresono, Jubilee House in Yesano, and then 2 minutes free, and then Crawford Galamsey.
That's it, Papa. Gordon.
I got it.
Bram.
I'm in Chia and a key. I'm in Chia, MD. Edmond Combat, Esquire, an able man, young man, our fa, a Jume Dean, Eddie ni Tiso, Nansono. Ose se ye di jawa na ye di aswaw ana ye di swawa na ye di jaw se tie bia obema tema oil refinery as amfani ntoma pa Efra na minchia His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources ewe ejuma pa na ejuma soa omo ye edi asolve the mess MPP hand over Edema yang a man ne ya better have a bedi ho enkomo. I get it. Before me cut topic in so no. Ma minchia the IGP. Enchia michia ni particular because of the peaceful demonstration Andra. Omutimi inspect ye making sure say not a single soul and the right was violated. Fimra omo share demonstration na say omo gada ye kosi so omo wie ye no. The Ghana Police Service did a yeoman's job Can it be? Nanka ye ko demonstrate here.
O 10 minutes
no problem. Ubetia ne say abayo otie gwem. Na wakwaji injunction to restrain the people from exercising their right. And ye reinstated democracy. Inti ne metimi akan MPP aye almost stage demonstration more than 5. It be a sit down, it be a walk from parliament to wherever they want to go. Obi are restraining one year. Inti percent MPP for ni Ghana for ni na atias yes. John Dramani Mahama reset no. Ebi akan Ghana Police Service.
Now Galamsey.
And ama we have reinstated democracy. On Galamsey. Now I just say I agree with Obia Obeka say Galamsey enya DSS so. I condemn any illegality bia ebe affect livelihood in this country. However, me pese ye be create an impression say NDC are buying a buy no watiada e mankrofo ye Galamsey e na ama dia esinu esi. That impression is wrong because aban no adechi ade senina bia no etu anamong ss otu to curb this manner Galamsey menace. But yes ye huni say nana yaw the effect in the fight against Galamsey no it take it some time ansa na ubehu ehun ensunsuanso because adibia ye na ende no ebe take some time ansa na ubehu ehun sunsuanso pana Ghana for ye pese ye de yehunu. But it is not to say yatiada enu nto be bisa say dan na ban ne ba ye no waye na yaw for the first time minim say we the politics e chiache me person obi ka kire me a political party in the fight against Galamsey onwa arefe onwa ne national executives to Iyoko for them to be investigated.
What is the state of that case?
You have all the legit. So baby sir, the state of the case. Minim the state of the case. I mean no. I won't boast and talk about it. But there are fact and say a party or what the political will. So be fight against Galamsey no. Ono na emfa ho nipa ya allege say oh yeah. So ye mampeni nue o ye ne brother o ye ne sister o say emra no hwehwe nsam nimu na de ankrofo ka no se no kware bi wo mu a emra ne wonye den endi what is more of a political will nana yaw than this nana ke kasa I will refer you to and the Minister of Land say watron krata abubo nipa mienu ni din na Frimpong Boateng report no wambubo din. It's a lie. Enya no kware. Frimpong Boateng report no ebubo nkrofo din yet Frimpong Boateng amudi adwuma hye ne nsa no mo ended up even going against him.
That is in the history books now.
I get you.
Let's come to reality.
I get you, but me person me de kasem. Don't worry. Me de kasem. In one breath. Ya bubon nkrofo din wa ban bi mu.
Ya fan say no ntina Ghana for to tia omo no.
Omo anya won hwe.
Ntina Ghana for to tia omo.
And aban a odwene Ghana for ho. E de ono ani national executives. Ako under investigation.
Omo yoko.
Two. Me no ka say. Before MPP be ba be nwa ne so no. Na o mine wo yem forest reserves a. Na ye illegal. And forest reserves nana yaw. It is not expected say you be mining or your forest reserves. And so under MPP, omoko parliament, eko share mra say, ya de mra mampeni se ono pene beti mede yem forest ama for mining. Emma omema nipa baaku mienu bi license to mine in our forest reserves.
Don't
worry, I will go there.
You don't have enough time.
So who forest reserves are? It is as a result of legislation MPP they buy.
Hold it there. Mami so asem. O say ne aye ka say you forest reserve ye mu adwuma as a result of NPP for policy of the buy.
If obi wom no onkra ene krata bia, it makes it illegal. Even though some mine wom na say yama onkrata de ye kan say it is not expected impose a mampeni be man krata say ye mine wo ye forest reserves. Me jitu mu say ye shebo say ye ba ye be revoke samra na anameboa. Enkrofo matin krofo omo ka say 8 months enough anka your political will na anka ya revoke anameboa. But the issue is that it's better late than never. Me no ka say Minister of Lands and Natural Resources ama indication say Parliament is on recess currently. So I'm back from breaker. You bet table samrano for its revocation.
But say sana mo catch opposition.
And I catch sama my catcher say it is better late than never. And we have not shunned away from that promise say ye be ye few. Inti mun train Parliament ba na yam fan kwanko revoke. When I come and sit here, you can ask me questions. 3.
No, before you move to point.
No
3,
problem.
I want to ask you a specific question.
Don't worry, you have the opportunity.
On Sahara LIA Makwama Manfoko Reserve Forest Kokoye Ejubano. Then I'm kind of opposition.
But we have said, say, and I'm a say, ya feel say, I am ra and was unkeba in the first place. Because se oka se nkrofo nko to fam agudie ana egudie e wo yem forest reserves e yade a e be affecting because there is a key purpose for our forest reserves. That is the point. Anything you can say ye ba ye be revoke, even though ya check in the revocation no ya ma a fair indication say Parliament eba baka ye be table for its revocation. 3. Now, part of the fight against galamsey, ama ye buy ye signing any single mining license in Mobi.
It's not true.
But I mean,
that is not true.
It's not true. The president can meet the press now. More in 17 or say, or buy on sign agreement be our forest. Emma Ubia. But as for new mining license, just go to the upper craft normal Google search under this government. You have issued
even the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources is on record to have said, say, you issue any mining license. Let me tell you one thing. When we say or making reference to Obia mining license on by prospecting. Prospecting is different from mining license. Meba. Prospecting is different from mining license. Prospecting we may have given, but ye ma final license for mining here, and that distinctions must be made because prospecting no ye ma akwenya say o kohwe say baby a ye dia ma no fem egudie no ebi wo ho and ebi new. It is not for you to mine. And nothing another can say obekaya. Emra untumi asem ne baye no. One of the issue was that ye man no prospecting license and he ended up mining. And the man had nsem ne be topical. So don't mix the two. So I still repeat say ye baye ye ma any mining license here because untumi nka say o kun etia illegalities. Not yet who issue in more mining licenses. And yet possible. Me no can say, I can say, under MPP 8 years, document available indicators say, over 2,000 mining licenses just within 8 years. Just within 8 years. So I keep saying, say, problem a ye face and there. It's as a result of the MPP's incompetence. and a man there be a yedu. 3, Nana Agasi. So be catching will say, Yatiada in the fight against Galamsey. And then no correct. Because me no kasi. Ye season 440 excavators. No mudi. No mudi ye Juma.
Matthias,
on an illegality. Mami go through young Nema Yaya because you see people who feel like because you see
why a 40.
No, because you see
maybe so specific.
Okay, no problem.
More can say about that than declare
state of emergency. Sure.
Do you still stand by it?
Okay, so then I can say, you see.
Yes and no question.
No, we still stand by that.
Saying declare state of emergency.
We still stand by that. I want to explain. The entire standing by it is that we have not taken it out of the equation as one of the means. The survey Galamsey.
But more opposition, more my who say state of emergency by Galamsey to be.
I can say, the American say, send oti konsonechi. Na me be catch o say, the wa chin konso no enye. Na se when timi an explain am mame. The entia o de kosoro e de ba fem, o de kosoro e de ba fem. Na wo sorry fiso. Na me ba. Na se mi chinchin. No be be say me say I dey now chinchin sa and I am able to explain to the person. The person will understand me than you. The entire maker say Emira Yeka said they should declare state of emergency. What did they tell us? Our answer was
forget about
no, I'm not going there.
You are crying.
I agree with you.
So you insisted, say
me mau an example to come to. I'm going to say Emira Yeka said won't declare state of emergency. Their answer was simple: no. And Ghana force John Dramani Mahama declare state of emergency or say yen ruling out state of emergency as one of the means. However, procedure that's a legal structure na ye wono ebe boy ama yetimi akoetia Galamsey no. We have not exhausted it.
Moka so only President Kufuor don't declare state of emergency in opposition.
They had the opportunity to have explained to us.
So you mean because Omo Anch Amabontia mechirem say
and I may say they had an opportunity to have explained to us, but the answer was no.
Said no?
But Yan say, let me end with that.
And who said no?
Oh, Yan say, yeah, we have so many avenues.
So
opportunities. And when say you doom pen swa, Yesusu said the need has come. Why not?
And you
see, Mimpese.
The old party said baby was a and need no mercy and declare state of emergency.
Because Sankaoma Mia Quenya
Unya
Ebo Botchere Wankabu because for the first time in Ghana's history, so cry excavator haba, you need a prior approval.
I was for my menu in Siana, master that so 5 minutes. No fan kind of Modia Bani Binam say, met me Arab. Patoma, you were free. Medase papa, Medase. Mansa that.
The Cardinal.
What your nature 5 minutes near.
Okay, 5 minutes pay. Where's an I can say, oh, Mamencha papa. Now, a friend may answer what Seriasafo. Now, show no manager when you meet. Now, President, the media might disappointed. The son say, Nyabosh or the Shagana Funi. Now, as a Kasane Yados, Nemu Yama President who say after election, no campaign.
Bakubu Hama man Kaya. Okay. Very maternity, Mempenesa, a bright Achima Subua. Or say, Cardinal, please, the next time you will invite Gordon Mahama, try and bring a bottle of River Brim and force him to drink. If he does not drink, lash him live in the studio. That is the solution to Galamsey. Bright, Achima Subua.
But I said, during the previous administration, that same brand, Uncle Betty Manum. Makachina will say, we are fighting what they left us. We are fighting what they left us.
Karim Zito, oh, the other day, medical can can't mediacy. na we sin na ya nwumire me chia we frɛ me say Isaac Takwana me wo na in fact my surprise pa efa CJ ni ye no ho na ohun say e kamia kwa SNDC ba judiciary no aya omuntanya asumdwie enti ne asie no me enhyɛ da enyem ngonwa bebre na sɛ omo opposition no mo kan sɛ omo ba maame na obɛkɔ enti wakɔyi me enya ade a ɛyɛ ngonwa enti wo de no ɛwa na mu machem na ne akɛse ye frɛ me kwadwa moako na me wo bomfa esanse Ghana Education Service and the Finance Ministry nana omo fa ye ya omo fa ye be 30 months ne no ebisi ne sika na nya mai nti Nyankopɔn ya adom abosum ye wie ye de wo behu ye omo nten so nti omo hwe na omo ntwa ye kanye saa erikokubu adi patriotic voice bechem was all of a sudden NDC declare state of emergency no mo de ho nsama to ho na sabra mo opposition se mo ka say declare state of emergency nti ade nti na mabo amuntimi declare president e ka so the AI e be fight galamsey igusu aye twen so the AI no e be fight galamsey Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia entia na wase no edoso na asana ni na medie sene yetete mi nyamsuru kwa so enti amanfo bi social media enti obudi mpenifo atem no na enya de amesoso enti meka kire Ghana fo nyina asa sa atem die ne ka ho social media no so no me yensoso kura na mo yempenifo so mo hwe na omunye ne ye na yɛde tumi hyɛ ɔmo nsɛm ɔmo nyɛ ne yɛ nti ɛna ne maburu bi mpo ka sɛ yɛma asrafo mbedi yɛ so ne nyinaa ne sɛ democracy no Ghana for ɛyɛ lose hope ɛdɔɔso nti asana ma mentwa ne tira menkenkan ho frɔ deɛ Komensa Pillar 2 aka give Bawumia another chance wɔsɛ galamsey no ɛsɛ yɛ koko nsase ɛsɛ yɛ nsuo nsuso nti mɛsrɛ mpanimfoɔ sɛ ɔmo nko Haji Asafia Mohammed next MPP National Women Organizer Blue Army Commander Moses Abo ɔsɛ mu nyinaa no ɔkyɛ mo papa Amisko Spelele Kaswa aka Dr. Bawumia bɛba 2028 wɔsɛ galamsey ne deɛ ɛyɛ 30 Ghana for nyina President John Dramani Mahama baayɛ no ɛna mɛsrɛ sɛ declare state of emergency na intimi mboa Ali Baba Madina NPP Osi MPP opposition na mo no muka galamsey no ho asem say mo betumi akọ ema Ghana fo bi kra ye oyɛ kyerɛ saabre no Oliver Bakava ma woni mpenifo mu kyechi wo mo mo koda mu 2 weeks say o maye demonstration against galamsey Dennis Miraka Boaji na bi e ka so mbe oyɛ kyerɛ tia na Nado Dankwa Akufo-Addo former president say o declare state of emergency a enti na ma opposition mo hunu say declare state of emergency beboa o say Ghana for papa na kopon wo nhyira John Dramani Mahama say Justice Bafo ni waboni din say CJ ewa enti ma so we see from Dominic Mifrika so CP nana mani aje pa say NDC government no omo hye Ghana for bo say ne city bia ne galamsey ko no omo ebeko na o say okay mame fancy that can mean hu ni ye na nakwa mo aboate na blekuma central AK Dr. Bawumia beba 2028 was President John Dramani Mahama galamsey ne besere oba say endino na high papa na wo say Commander Moses Abo wo chia na papa we say from good evening the cardinal kusi apia nti na membo aba so adwumaden na wobo de asum Ghana for so sene fata na okay wo say na shouldn't say anything no ma amanyo okay mate Mamenkai okay na ne ochro has no me digest here said I don't see anything again Ghanaians just listen to them okay so no ochro okay we say odi na me dey eto aso was say me cha papa nana okay nana say eno na ade be wi okay mpacho you nana was nana nwumre yi mamencha papa na galamsey ne de NDC betimi stop galamsey no answer no debi NDC ntimi stop galamsey sana me hunu e frame Sam Oboaten mo London dodo na frame ninja and na meet o Facebook no so a nana Sam Oboaten ono so ne de aba betomu.
All right nana ke me ma 2 minutes out of the 5 na aka no then I can try 2 minutes
nana they make a chat one say Ghana for said the mini amamati anu ka say yen ntimi explain ya nkyere Ghana for yi Ghana for anto aba man this so my explanation ma yen no ya anto aba man this so mo mra me chirichiri mu nkyere e na me ma that narration no wo so betimi aye enti ne de ama wo ya nka nje say sa be ka kire problem kro e na sa se ne nchechemu ne pe dia se ne nko mo MPP mere e ma ye koso chirichiri mu kire wo mo. But that is not the main reason to Ghana for you to abandon say be solve problem no so be a catch us man penny for this problem in Ghana or your true John Dramani Mahama Ghana president the first administration of IT galamsey ofeli galamsey fight from 2012 to 2016 Olusu election no? So please don't sit anywhere and say man penny for the buy no best and went to me John Mahama failed on fighting galamsey. Wasan babiem, yanum bi yeni gidi on muso betimi fighting galamsey no. Yenim se on to me ye. E na da no deceive Ghana for the to me na mano. President no pesu odi ene edi amano. But the Yaman in fear nine. Often to us said the Omokan opposition ni say Yaman opportunity na on solve problem no within the first 120 days. Galamsey problem will be solved. Yeah, what 8 months and over, and some days, some weeks. Yeah, west, and say more. Baby, yen to be that crany to be. Now, my correct assembly when you are Mahama Kanye. Nana, Galamsey Kosu Ghana, you never come with a prospecting lines. If you don't know, I am telling you. Galamsey Kosu Nina, overcome with a prospecting lines. Say your money to me, say unconscious. Nana conquer for chroma, prospecting wound to for more. Hey, machines. And I the corner the detective from the land, no. I will say, gold bewaha, aha gold bewaha, aha gold bewaha. By a hand media, Nana, who cannot go site to be a prospecting or you don't see the difference between prospecting and galamsey. I'm not know to, or to know go to gold or because we're prospecting tea, or just have about buying a money. Nana can tell me. We shouldn't sit here and pretend as if nothing is happening. No credit that Hoyan cannot creno. Prospecting no, mining lines is so, yen put you on hold. President must declare state of emergency on mining.
You see, your platform should be used to educate. The fact say you have prospecting license and you go to mine and the money ye illegality no. And the money ye illegality. What I'm telling you is that you can take it or leave it. I don't have a problem. But I can say prospecting license is different from mining license. And that is a fact.
Well, is this something that we should argue on? No, you're wasting your time saying something that is not needed. Who doesn't know there's prospecting and there's mining license?
The fact say Obianya prospecting or the mining, let's say, yeah, man, so uncle mining, but I won't waste my time on that. Now, I and now me know, Kasi. Abaya John Dramani Mahama Dano, not the able minister, Honorable Amakofibo Adano. You declare all water bodies and forest reserves as a security zone. As we speak, that is the declaration.
When was that declaration done?
I am quoting the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, who stood or who was in the studio of GBC today and made that emphatic statement.
When?
Or say, all water bodies and forest reserves are security zones. If you go there to mine, you do so at your own risk.
Since when?
Monsieur Ne.
And then he declared.
And this is the statement. He is an authority. This is the statement he has made.
Say.
Don't let my time go. You see,
everyone says such a serious statement. Minister responsible for lands and natural resources. That's a ampa. If it's something you mean to do, such a serious statement. Oboka a GBC studio, and I cannot own to me issue official statement.
Issue any official statement.
I'm not buying the back is awesome now.
I can say. You see, so we are an authority. It doesn't matter where you sit. Every statement you make carry weight, and it is authentic. And you only say obey issue, press release, and the money official. So Kotna or Betna Peace FM. Said John Dramani Mahama Betna Hakase. And make his statement. Can't you take him on the statement? And remember you create an impression say you only official paper A4 and a money official. So long as our minister no, what he says is official.
Okasa as a politician.
My second point.
And yes, I at all times. Why? And yes, I at all times.
So are you saying that this statement America say Obintimin taking on the statement if they realize say river bodies and forest reserves no say you declare the security zones no. We are not walking the talk. Can somebody take him on that? No, but he's on record.
We're taking on setting.
To make such a statement.
Then the back statement now can
he has what it takes to do that by law. Then you can say, my last point. Man, you be say, ye explaini and niema. Na Ghana fought for Obama and say, best solve the problem. We are just explaining. Like I say, my bubo initiatives are here to a grassroots. But you see, one problem about the MPP is say, so as some way we say, or can, even if woman a fact crampa or so on tea, my culture will say, for the first time in Ghana's history, I stand to be corrected. Yen two national executive is under investigation. Menoka say enne, ye seize 440 excavators. Menoka say enne, so what crap excavators aba, unya proud approval. And sana odi aba. O the banks na ye register wa. Ya track you ehun said ya unka sa odi ba be ye no. Ampa eno na odi ba be ye. Menoka say ya employ close to 1,000 blue water gas almost serving as liaisons between activities in the forest and water bodies and the security services. Menu ka say ya shebon so say Yankopon ya do na say parliament eba baka emran na MPP chichiri ye say enkrofo betimi akotu femegudie wo yen forest reserve no we are going to revoke it. Masanka kire wo say ye seize over 300 chamfines. Mabubo nyema bebre yet Nana Kate Yaka said we are only explaining. I don't blame him.
You said
because
that.
As an opposition, say you can't the say you can crack not the reality of all more. You still will pretend say on tea. But in short, now I can say, Messi Ghana phone na say, baby are buying a column. The government is going to a right direction. Mumayema are buying sometime because now I can say, unti for 8 months. And solve an 8-year problem that the MPP handed over to us. But we are struggling today. We are struggling today because of the mess the MPP created when it comes to mining.
Mama created in. What do you mean for 8 months in here? But only 2 weeks. A declare state of emergency. It will track Galam say so.
What's the
Me say. What do you mean for 8 months in here? But more opposition, more catcher by any say, or declare state of emergency 2 weeks. Everything to
go. And I'm actually say state of emergency is still in our books.
Politicians. Yo, Madam I say why? When I came, Madam I say pa. I was a for name Godwin Mahama Yaba, we're a member of NDC's communication team, and was saying a year Kasama for PR. Ematema oil refinery on the Casawi is here. Nana Kojo Boa. I do not know a friend Nana K. And also so MPP this year. But if we mean and the big now one party and then what I say
incoming national organizer can look
now who now be organize how many MPP for?
Oh, that's any day. Yet me man.
Mate. Me sorry, Apostle Michael Edu say onone kofabai enu so fupenia or that Greenfield Church ano ewo Amasaman one stadium Amasaman stadium main gate no ene di hwe animo open a de onam stadium road no so a o branch de akobe bia na Gym City wona obonsu asore no wo bonkum so sei ena stadium no so woni fa sei Greenfield Church Apostle Michael Edu say wane na pamfo so aba ya obechechi nyamesem mu kan e de akire yen enti bacho nya fidie ne mfiri ha twen apostle na omfa nyamesem emre Apostle Michael Edu say ya oda Greenfield Church ano Greenfield Church wa Amasaman Stadium main gate opposite wa efrem na na akazu wetin afrem the Cardinal Patricia Sefa Fisher Prince Bafwa Samoa Henry Kwesiminka Man Sadat omna hihye enam di ho chiame nyame eya adom a ye wo no adwada mi de rade asomdwe eja obi a ena mi jamo ema Apostle Michael Edu say enso so makra mu nyina